Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're back. All right, the barbecue is still barbecuing. So if you were here yesterday or earlier today, you know that we were doing the Terrence Bradley barbecue in honor of Mr. Bradley on the witness stand at the Fani Willis case. So I had to go out today and get me some new barbecue gear. So I got my new Morehouse alumni barbecue set, got a new apron, and we will be barbecuing again today because this is going to get so much worse than yesterday. If you thought yesterday was bad, great day. Yo, there is just so much. Oh no, I didn't realize Eric wasn't alive. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Shar. I apologize. Shout out to Eric. I'm gonna run over there real quick and drop him a super chat real quick and tell him, look, I apologize to you, Eric. I'm about to jump in right now and just send him a little super chat. Yo, this is just crazy. This whole thing has just gotten so far out of control, crazy, cuckoo bananas. So first of all, I shout out to Kiana who sent me the text messages today. Yo, these text messages are problematic. Oh my gosh. If he had a problem before, trust me, he's got big problems. Okay, I cannot send Eric a super chat. I'm gonna send him just gonna give him a little shout out. Grace and peace. Grace and peace. All right. Sorry about that, Eric. Sorry about that, man. I just wanted to get it done before Lady Dearwood Christian comes back in town. So I want to get that over with before she gets back. She's on her way now. I'm literally tracking her on her phone. And I'm like, let's get this done before she gets here so I can hang out with my bride. But anyway. So Kiana, shout out to Kiana. She sent me the text messages. Yo, the text messages make this whole thing look so much. It'll make the testimony that he gave 2 days ago look even more crazy. It'll make it look even more crazy. But before we go too far afield, I want to give you something. Now, down in the description for this video is this link that I'm about to share with you all right here. This is the timeline. So if you're interested, if you're a super nerdy person, you really want to just like understand what has all been going on and what's been the time frame that has been happening, then this is for you. So it was very informative. Like, I just think it's wild, man. Like January 1st, please forgive me, 2021, Willis assumes the role of Fulton County District Attorney after defeating her former Democrat running. Ran unopposed rather. Then on the 10th of February, 21, she sends a letter to the top Georgia officials informing them of her intention of a criminal investigation into possible interference into the state's 2020 general election. All right. And so she identifies all these people that she's going to be calling on the carpet. November 1st, 21, Willis hires Wade. Here it comes. This is the infamous day, the day that will be in infamy. Willis hires Wade as a special prosecutor in the investigation while she reportedly offered the job to several other Georgia attorneys, including former Governor Barnes and former federal prosecutor Gabe Banks. They declined due to the time the case would require and the politically incendiary nature of the case. All right, there we go. And yo, shout out. That's why when Fani Willis on the stand said that Nathan Wade was not her first choice, she wasn't saying like she wasn't his first choice as a boyfriend or whatever like that, but rather she was not his first choice as a special prosecutor. But let's continue. Wade files for divorce the next day, man, this is crazy. He files for divorce against his wife, Jocelyn Wade, in Cobb County Superior Court, down the street from Podium Studios. I drive by there almost every day. On the 20th of January, 2022, Wade requests Fulton County Superior Court to impanel a special purpose grand jury to investigate possible attempts to disrupt the 2020 election. Back in May 2nd, 2022, a special purpose grand jury is impaneled to investigate attempts of the former president and his supporters to overturn his loss in Georgia. Then going to June 1st, a special purpose grand jury is seated. They hear the 75 witnesses, including former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, Georgia Secretary Brad Raffensperger, and Governor Kemp. Then on November 22, on October 4th, Wade spends more than $1,300 for the 3 American airline tickets to Miami for himself, Willis, and Clara Bowman. According to the credit card statements, the statements also show more than $8,000 in charges from Royal Caribbean Cruises, Vacation Express, shout out to Royal Caribbean, and Hyatt Regency in Aruba, and Norwegian Cruise Lines. There are no names associated with these charges. Then, of course, on December 5th, 2022, the special purpose grand jury issues a sealed report. One, the foreman says, recommends indictments against more than a dozen people. All right, I'm not going to read all through all this, but it is really super interesting. But I do want to jump down to, are we in 24? Yeah, here we go right here. So January 8th, 24. So that's just literally like 6 weeks ago. Jocelyn Wade, through her attorney, Andrea Hastings, attempts to serve Willis with a notice of deposition. The subpoena was presented to an employee at the office of the Fulton County District Attorney. An attorney for the defendant, Michael Roman, files a motion. This is January 8th, so just literally a few weeks ago, seeking to disqualify the DIA's office from the case because of an alleged romantic relationship between Willis and Wade. The court filings state that because Wade paid for trips they took together, Willis benefited financially from the arrangements. Roman's lawyer, Ashley Merchant, shout out to Ashley, asked for the Wade's divorce records to be unsealed and also wants the charges against her client dropped. The DA's office says they will reply to the court filings, but doesn't indicate when that will be. Then, of course, the House Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, Republican from Ohio, announces an investigation into Fulton County Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. This was just literally January 12th. Wow. On the 14th of January, Willis defends Wade during a 35-minute speech in a historical Black Big Bethel AME church. So we know about the infamous spiritual money laundering right there. She calls him a superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. Notice she didn't say, by the way, he's my boyfriend, but does not confirm and deny the romantic relationships. She suggests racism is behind the accusations that he is not qualified to be a special prosecutor, noting the critics targeted Wade, who is Black, and not the 2 other special prosecutors on the Trump case who are white. Willis seeks a protective order to stop her from having to give a deposition in Wade's divorce. Willis accuses Jocelyn Wade of interfering with the Trump prosecution. So now she's even attacking the Black woman. My goodness, in the morning. And says her allegations are meant to harass and embarrass Willis. Boy, oh boy. This is literally just literally a month ago. On the 19th of January, Jocelyn Wade's attorney responds to Willis attaching some of Nathan Wade's credit card records. Savage. Wow. Man. To their court filings. The statements show that he purchased plane tickets for Willis and himself. Former President Trump's attorney, Stephen Sadow, that's my guy. I think they call him Boots. So Stephen Sadow, that's the guy that called him on the carpet and said, why the heck would you lie on your friend? All right. Stephen Sadow posts the court documents to his LinkedIn account. Fulton County Commissioner, this happens on January 19th. Things are speeding up really fast. Bob Ellis sends a letter to Willis demanding documents from her in an effort to determine whether the county funds paid to Wade were converted to her personal gain in the form of subsidized travel and other gifts. I do want to ask this. I do wonder, would there be any hand-wringing, any doubt if this was anybody else? If this was anybody else besides Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, if this had just been, Sally, DA, and Johnny, special prosecutor, would they be sitting here questioning and wondering and hand-wringing and all that kind of stuff like that? Would they be doing that if it was anybody else? I just wonder. And I'm not even saying they have to be white or Black, but I'm just wondering, like, why it seems almost like it seems very clear to me that there is a problem. And if nothing else, it looks bad. So even if Let's just say in a magical world, Fani Willis beats all of this. She beats it all. And then she's left as the DA. And let's say Nathan stays special prosecutor. How quickly do you think it will take for there to be questions about their ethics as relates to their ability to do their job in filing this case against the former president? Okay. On the January 22nd, in a hearing, Cobb County Superior Court Judge Henry Thompson, shout out to Cobb County, says that Wade's divorce records were improperly sealed and agrees to unseal the... Oh, wow. I didn't know that. He also issues a stay related to Willis's deposition, saying it doesn't make sense for her to be questioned before Wade. Oh, my. The chairman of Georgia's Senate Committee on Transportation and Chief Deputy Whip, Senator Greg Dozell, he's a Republican from Cumming, Georgia, on the 22nd of January, introduces legislation to establish a Senate special committee to look into allegations of misconduct involving Willis. They are cooked. Got my apron, got my oven mitt. They are cooked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is wild. Oh my gosh. Former president joins Michael Roman's motion to remove Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and Special Prosecutor Wade. Trump's chief complaint is Willis's speech at the church on January 14th. Oh, I didn't realize that. See, that's why that spiritual money launderer, that's why you didn't need to bring her to your church, because now it's coming back to get you. Let's just jump down here to the end. So if you want to, this summary that I'm reading, everybody, the timeline is down in the description. Feel free. It is very, very interesting. All right, let us go. Let's jump to the 7th of February. Trump accuses Fulton County DA Danny Willis. It's supposed to be Fani. Shout out to Atlanta Journal-Constitution for a spelling error for lying in court. Response to Roman's motion. Willis has claimed her speech at the church on February 14th was not about the case or defendants. I'd say that she's not telling the truth. That speech was very much about this case. The reason she was there is because of this case. Nobody has, you don't see Raphael Warnock getting called into churches and such like that, even though he's supposed to be allegedly a pastor of a church. Why were you there? You were there because you had just gotten called on the carpet. Come on now. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has filed a motion in an attempt to quash subpoenas that would require her and her staff to testify at a hearing on February 15th. I think that's the infamous, is that the infamous? I think that was. Yeah, it is the infamous Fani Willis blow up. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Here, let's jump down. Let's go to the 12th. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, shout out to Fulton County, rules that the hearing on Thursday must happen, and he will hear from a lawyer who reportedly knows when the relationship began with Willis and Wade when the relationship between Willis and Wade began, before deciding if he should hear from others. Then on the 15th, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee scheduled the hold of hearing to consider Roman's motion. Then 2 days of hearings began, and Michael Roman's motion, Nathan Wade takes the stand first, followed by Fani Willis. Both testify that their romantic relationship did not begin until early months of 2022. A former friend of Willis's testifies that it began in 2019 after they met at a conference. Willis's father also takes a stand and testifies he knew nothing about the relationship before general public. Righty. If you want to, please check this out. I think it's really interesting. If you want to follow the timeline, if you're kind of nerdy, you just kind of like that kind of stuff, it's actually kind of interesting. I have to admit, it's just to see, like, this has not been super long. Now, we're going to look at some of the timeline, some of the infamous text messages, and we're going to see what we what kind of trouble we can get into. Let us go. Shout out to everybody that uses Ecamm. Your boy needs help, so don't forget to help your guy out. Ashley Merchant is now I'm trying to keep these in order. I'm gonna do my very best, so I ask you to be gracious with me because I'm trying my best. Ashley Merchant using that good old iPhone. Shout out to all my iPhone users, everybody that uses the iPhone. If you use the wrong phone, aka an iPhone, please down in the comments put iPhone. If you are, of course, of the superior brand using an Android phone, then go ahead and put Android in there, or Samsung if you're perfect and great like me. Samsung, let's go. All right, so the conversation starts out, and this is on September 14th, 2023. I want you to keep track and see how this conversation, I'm gonna try to keep the dates in line. So boy, it is gonna be wild. Okay. And the reason there's some interesting conversations because it's going to go to the point that happened yesterday that Nathan Terrence Bradley said he couldn't remember certain things. And when I heard him saying that, I kind of thought like, oh, this must have been back in 2020 or 2021. No, it really wasn't. So let's go. They started this conversation in September of 2023. Now, I'm not saying that you need to remember everything because I know I don't. So I'm not blaming that, but come on now. This is something that is of, dare I say, global importance. Dare I say, this is like a historical event. So how would you not remember these things? And especially when you realize why he did some of the things he did. Let us go. So the FCDA Open Records is saying they don't have an original contract from when Nathan began work. They only have his renewal contract. Is that possible? And she filed attachment. There's attachment right there. And then Terrence Bradley right here says, wow, they're stalling big time. And then he says right here, yes, they are. All right, let's get this. All right, next one. I'm trying to keep them in order. I'm really hoping I got them in order correct so we can keep on reading through because there's a lot of them. Oh, that's the same one. Come on there, rookie. All right, let's go. So, oh, this is actually before that date. Please forgive me. Any idea who could get an affidavit from on the affair? So this is Ashley starting this conversation. No one would freely burn that bridge. Okay. If Chris was asked under oath, would he know? No. Terrence says, wow, I figured he would. I didn't expect them to be so careful. He knows, but he won't admit it. So I'm not certain who that Chris person is, but you see pretty clearly here, Terrence is giving up a lot of goods. Okay. This is not something that he's just speculating. He is giving up the goods. All right. Let's see. Oh man, these are out of order. I apologize. They got out of order. I knew it. Darn it. All right. I'm kind of jumping around, but this is okay. This is actually kind of interesting because this is literally January of this year. Since we're in February, we're not talking about months and months and months ago. We're literally talking about seven weeks ago at best. And she starts out, last trip was this summer, May or June. No, I don't know. I was gone by then. Doesn't surprise me. They took many trips to Florida, Texas, and Napa, California. Yep. And this down to get down to the bottom. When she moved her daughter there, I can't believe they were so carefree. And that's something many people have said, like, yo, they were like straight acting like they were married. I'm trying to anticipate her response when I blow this up. And then at the very bottom, this is the infamous FAMU comment down at the bottom. Her daughter flunked out of FAMU and moved to Cali. Shout out to those rattlers. Shout out to those rattlers. I love FAMU people. I love Me some rattlers. All right. Okay. Again, like, doggone it, this is not in the best of order. I apologize about that. Ashley says on January 5th, they had a full-on relationship. Insane. Just insane. And he says they went to help her move here. Went to help her move her. Why she would hire him is insane. Yes. Like, just date. Don't hire him. I don't know Ashley Merchant's intents. I don't know why she was being so coy with him, but she's giving good advice. If only they had listened to her. If only they had listened. Oh my goodness, let's go. So she says, again, on January 5th, as we move that guy out of the way, January 5th, she says, do you think it started before she hired him? So here's the infamous back and forth that Sadow hammered Terrence Bradley about. And he says, absolutely. He doesn't say maybe. He doesn't say I'm guessing. He doesn't say I'm speculating. He says absolutely. And then he even finishes it up, as my daughter likes to say, double texting. He texts right back. It started when she left the DA's office and was judge in South Fulton. That's it. But wait. So another thing that they, Terrence Bradley tried to push was that he was clarifying something. So here's the next portion of that clarification. And it says as follows. She liked it. It started when she left the DA's office and okay. And then he continues. So this is like triple texting, my man. They met at the municipal court CLE conference. Okay. Continues. That's what I figured when he was married. And then, is this accurate? Upon information and belief, Willis and Wade met while both were serving as magistrate judges and began a romantic relationship at that time. Okay, so here's the issue between Sadow and Terrence Bradley was that it says here municipal. Ashley wrote magistrate. And so Terrence's next reply was no, municipal court. He does not say, no, they really didn't meet. I'm sorry, they weren't in a relationship, or I'm only speculating, anything of that nature. He literally says, oh, there we go. Hey, shout out. Uh-oh. Now we got zoom in features. Okay, shout out. All right. I drop a little sound effect there. Okay. No, municipal court. That was a big huggabaloo the other day on his testimony, was that he said, well, I was trying to correct her, but I didn't say that she was right about the other thing. I just said she was wrong about one thing. I don't even know how that works. And then she says, thank you. But you can't put where they met. Not many people know that. Okay. So again, he didn't say that she was wrong in that. He just said, you can't say where they met. I might be one of the only, not even Chris. I guess it's Chris Campbell. I don't think he's trying to say Chris Campbell doesn't even know how they met. Okay. So this is crazy. So this really flies in the face of all those things that he was saying on the stand the other day. What he understood, what he remembered, so on and so forth. Let's bring in the next one. Let's go. All right, so she says, I'm almost done. So this is page 7. I think I got it right now. First of all, let's move me out of the way. There we go. And she says as follows, I'm almost done with my motion. I'm not filing, I think she's trying to say until Monday. Go home and sleep. I can send you a draft. Can't wait to hear about your trip. I don't know what the trip is. Okay. Okay. Happy hunting. LOL. All right. So we're going to keep it moving. To your knowledge, has Nathan ever prosecuted a felony? I can't find a single one. And this is Terrence talking about his friend. Never in his life has he ever prosecuted a felony. That's what I found too. It's bad. I think he's saying send me a roughed draft. And he corrects it and says me. This is bananas. So again, remember, this is his friend at this point. He said that Nathan was his boy, still his homeboy, so on and so forth. So let's see what, I got this right? I think I got it right. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for the boy. All right. All right. It's on January 6th. And January 6th of just this year. So we're not talking about months and months and months ago. We're talking about like literally 60 days ago. But let us continue. Let's go. All right. It's okay. Add me to footnote 15 and how much I made. And she says, I took you out. I can add you back. Good point. Yes, add it back. Anything else, anything that isn't accurate. And I think Sadal, shout out to Sadal, man. He did a fantastic job. It was a master's class on picking this guy apart. She literally asked, again, is there anything that's not correct? He could have easily said at this point on January 6th, no, they did not start dating at this time or anything of that nature. He never clarified that. And he says, looks good. Oh, why don't I zoom in? Because there we go. Looks good. And she liked that. How do you think they will respond? I'm trying to anticipate. All right. And he says, did you look at campaign contributions? So, he's calling into question some things that Fani Willis said on the stand, because a lot of people heard that about campaign contributions. But let's continue. I can't remember what we gave her when she was running. So apparently, I'm assuming, just going by what he said, when he says we, I think he's talking about Nathan Wade's office and what they might have contributed to her. When they might have contributed to her to her campaign to run for DA, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. People give money to others that are doing something that they want to support. All the time. So I don't think that's necessarily bad, but unless it was giving too much or something of that nature. Again, this is January 6th. How will they react to this? She's just trying to get her. You can kind of get the anticipation in here. Attack me, give the stupid no fear or no favor speech. That's another conversation. Sonia Allen. I don't know who Sonia Allen is. Oh, I'm in the way. Sorry about that. No, they will deny it. Okay. And I think it's fair to say he's right. He was right about that. The problem is, so did he. No way. They won't attack you. OMG. They will say those trips and cruises were for work, even though he didn't submit them for reimbursement. LOL. Sonia, I keep trying to figure out where she fits into this puzzle. Yes, they're going to deny it. So again, I think this is why Terrance's whole demeanor sunk into the floor when they handed him those text messages, because he knew he was cooked. He knew it was over. And this is not a good look. Not a good look at whatsoever. All right, let's go. Do you know when she was elected? He was on her executive team and was a part of all interviews for people she hired and fired. Okay, so I'm now wait. Now I kind of want to. Now I gotta pull up my video. I think if she was a part of his, if Nathan Wade was a part of her campaign, let's pull this back in real quick. Yeah, if Nate doggy dog was a part of her campaign, then that means that was before. When did she run? And she secured it? January 1st, 2021 is when she secured office. So that means Nate would have been a part of that before then. Okay. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they were romantic. I got your point. I understand you. I hear you don't even type it. But it does cause question their relationship, which I think we can all agree, and I think it's pretty clear. They were involved in something that was more than just a cordial, see at the water cooler work environment. But let's continue. Terrance continues, double texting. All right. They will still deny it, even though, like, man, he called it right down the middle. I did hear that, but didn't include it because I didn't have proof. Was he just not paid for that? Wow. So he was doing stuff for free too? I'm not sure if anyone from that office would verify. I'm shocked she paid him so much. How did they think they wouldn't get caught? Why not just not pay Nathan? Lord. And then down here at the bottom, arrogance. I think, I mean, as much as, because some people have commented that maybe they have something over they have something over Bradley, and that's why they've got him by the short hairs to get him to behave like this. And I think there's probably some reason to, there's probably some veracity to that. However, I think a much more realistic problem is that Terrence Bradley was telling the truth then. Terrence Bradley is trying to, when you're sitting in a courtroom looking at the person that you did dirty, I think he's just trying to come up with a way to wiggle and move and get himself out of the trouble that he's in. But I don't think there's any way to do it. So let us continue. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Did security accompany them to their out-of-town personal trips? Not out of town. Like, man, that would have been crazy if they had took security with them out of town. Now, that would have been super bold. I'm sorry. Now, that would have been bold. All right, let's go. But would to our office or dinner? Oh, that's interesting. Thank you. Okay, thanks. I may subpoena the detail, but wasn't sure if it would help much. Those guys know it all. Wow. Yes, but they changed. You need to subpoena her original detail. So I guess they've changed that. So this is literally just January 7th. And current detail, you really want the guys when she was initially elected. So again, she initially was elected back in January of 2021. So we know that it was before that. So why does he want them to be subpoenaed? Why does he want them to speak up if they were if nothing was going on? Clearly they do know something. Clearly they are a part of, I don't say a part of the problem. They are aware of what's going on. Let us continue. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Let's roll this in and let's go. All right, back in that Zoom mode. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff. Again, this is just January 7th. So when he said like he doesn't remember something, I think that's why they didn't give him a lot of room. Because I mean, like, dude, like it wasn't, and again, you're not doing this all the time. It's not like you've been doing this every year. You're possibly going to be a part of, well, you're going to be a part of history now, but that doesn't happen all the time. But other than security detail, can you think of anyone else who can confirm their romantic relationship? Obviously leaving you and Chris out of the mix. Maybe her kids, other coworkers. And then he says, her kids, yes. Her command staff, Dexter, her administrative assistant. Wow. He threw them all under the bus. And she just liked all those. She left here's a note, not a note, a link down here a sneaky link. See how I did that? See what I did there? And then Dexter Bond. This guy would know if I subpoena him. And there's another link right there. And then Tia Green. I don't know who that is, but I think it's fair to say from reading these text messages, and I still have several left to go. My goodness, in the morning. I still have several left to go. I think it's fair to say that Terrence Bradley knew exactly what he was doing. So when Sadal said, no, you don't, you know what you're going to say, what you should say. You just don't want to say it because you don't want to get called out. I think it's fair. I don't think that was a lap too far. I don't think that was a fishing expedition at all, but let's look at it. And so this is in reference to Tia Green, whoever Tia Green is right there, Tia Green. He says, and her, yes, but may lie. Man, wow. Imagine seeing one of your friends say, hey, yeah, if you subpoena this person, they're going to lie. That is crazy. Terrance, oh my gosh. Yes, but she may lie. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get as many people on my list of potential witnesses as possible, hoping McAfee gives me a hearing. Let's see what they say under oath. Who is her chief investigator? And then Terrance asks, who is her chief investigator? It drops a link right here. I don't know what that link is. Capers knows. I think Bees is the one for anti-corruption. And he is married to her executive assistant. Yikes. And then she says, oh, dang. All right. Yes, Bees would know. And then double text, all might lie. That is crazy. Wow. That says something, man. I would hope that nobody would think like me, like think about, hey, yeah, if you subpoena Jason, he's going to lie. He's going to lie. That is crazy. It's bananas, man. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it going. The bad thing is that there are so many pages of this. It's crazy. And all right, let's go. Daisha knows. I don't know who Daisha is. That's one of her besties. I don't know how she couldn't. And this is Ashley saying this. And this is, again, just January 7th. Yeah, I would be angry because Daisha doesn't get paid as much as Nathan. Ooh. And I want to say, I think Daisha, I don't think so. I was going to say, I think that might be one of the people that she talked about at Big Bethel, but let's keep going. Tell me Lauren McCauley doesn't know. I want her to not be involved. And Adam, I hope they don't know. Adam, no. Lauren, no. They probably know, but not definitely. So again, notice what he's saying here. He's not saying they might know. It's possible. There's no relationship. I'm speculating. He's giving very definitive answers. These are very direct answers. These text messages are damaging. I mean, this cookout has gone into extra innings, man. Just extra innings. All right, let us keep this going. So she liked those. Oh yeah, by the way, Apple people, iPhone people, we hate when y'all like a message. Don't do that. Just don't. Matter of fact, big screen. Stop doing that. Nobody cares if you like a message. Just stop it. Yeah, I'm team Android. Yeah. Stop liking messages. It's dumb. We don't like it. Okay, the end of it. Let's go. So she continues. Yeah, probably assumed like everyone else does. They're too high up not to know. But we'll say they don't know because never been in that setting. So again, Terrance is clear about other people lying, which is boggles the mind when the man sat there in that chair looking like the whole world had been dropped on his head. Like, yo, man, just tell the truth, my guy. If he just told the truth. K-Dub, we're gonna kick K-Dub out of the chat. Kick K-Dub out. Kick him out. Put him out. All right, let's keep this going. Yeah, they will They will skate around. They haven't been inside the bedroom. It will be comical to see them try to explain the Caribbean cruise away. I'm sorry. Knowing that Ashley is collecting this information, she's gathering stories, she's getting names and all this stuff to go against Terrance's friend is just mind-blowing, epic, sinister. Okay. So for Terrance to be working with this young lady, knowing that she's collecting this information to take down your friend, man, that's savage. That is so savage. I don't even know what to do. That is so wild. Okay. Even if they are friends, he paid for her cruise. That's illegal. I don't know how they're going to fix this. I don't think there's any way. I'm not saying it because I think I want it to go that way. I just don't know how they're going to pull this off and not be disbarred, how they're going to pull this off and remain on the case. It's almost like at this point, just throw in the towel so that the case doesn't get lost. Like if Fani and what's called just recluse himself. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be, but if they just recuse themselves, I wonder if they could if they would salvage the case. Yeah. All right, let's keep this going. Man, this is wild. This thing, even without evidence of sex, he paid for her plane tickets and her travel. Multiple exclamation points. And look at Terrance. Subpoena them all. Just throw them all. Give them all. And the fact that he is as dirty as can be is really telling. Like, that's amazing to me. Like, cause he is serious about this thing. I'm nervous. This is huge. You are huge. Well, that's a weird statement. You will be fine. You are one of the best lawyers I know. Go be great. And again, he said that Nathan was his friend. I just can't imagine having this conversation with somebody and be great means take down Nathan Wade. Be great means shut Fani Willis down. Be great means be successful in reversing and probably getting this whole case thrown out. So that's Terrence Bradley. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is bananas, man. And I understand he wanted it to, I don't know what he was, I have no idea what he wanted to happen. I don't get, like, what was he expecting to happen? Like, what was the outcome that he was hoping for? I would love to hear. I mean, sadly, he's going to probably be working a Quick Trip next Tuesday. So, oh man, it's out of order again. All right, so we're going to go back in time. We were on January 7th, but now we got to jump back to January 1st. So this is New Year's. I mean, January 11th. It's okay. All right, let's go. First, are you doing okay? I hope so. Next, do you have an address for the East Point pad or maybe a name of the lady who owned it? I do not. Let me see. Okay, sorry. I do not. Let me see. Any leads would be helpful. Thank you. And now that you know, at this point, they're probably talking with the Cell Hawk guy to kind of triangulate and pinpoint where Nathan was and so on and so forth. East Point is in Hapeville. Sometimes it's called Hapeville. Sometimes it's called East Point. Really depends. Some people even call it College Park. So it really just depends on where you're looking at on the map and who you're asking. So that's why she said the East Point place. But let's go. Any leads would be helpful. Thank you. Do an open records request of all people hired when Fani took office and who was fired around June of 2022. Wow. This guy, like, again, this is the dude that wants us to believe that he just can't remember stuff. But he seems to be pretty cognizant of what happened in June of 2022. So mind you, this was in January of 2024, and he can't seem to remember that. But he can remember who was hired and subsequently fired I'm sorry, hired after Fani took office and fired on June 22. Come on. If you get that, I will be able to give you the name. Thomas Ricks was her security. Okay, liked something. Y'all stop doing that. Stop liking stuff. iPhone people, we don't care if you liked it or you emphasized it or hearted it or laughed at it. We don't care. Stop it. It was someone's who worked for her. And she says, dang, she hired a girlfriend like a bestie? She hired a girlfriend like a bestie. It was her place. Okay, so this is I think the young lady's name is Yurti or Yorti. I think this is what they're referring to. Oh, so she hired the man and his girlfriend owner owned it. Green was the security as well. And she liked it. Stop liking stuff. We don't care. I'm telling you, as a Android person, we don't care if you like it. Apple people, stop it. Anyway, all right, let's keep this game rolling. Thank y'all so much. This is getting wild. Wow. Okay, zoom in real quick. All right, let's bring you back in. Let's go. All right. First, all right. Oh, dude, this is the same one, Jason. Come on. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Shout out for the rookie mistake. Okay, this is the right one. Sorry about that. So now we're back on January 14th. I think I got them in order still. I'm trying my best, y'all. I appreciate you hanging in there with me, working with dear woke Christian, not being too mean to the guy. This is on January 14th, again, 6 weeks ago. Does Fani know about the Sonia Allen affair? Wow, man, it is freely talking about marital indiscretions. Yes, that's her. That's the East Point apartment person. Wow. She is key. Thank you. Yes, also knows all about the media company payments. Not sure if Fani knew about him and Sonia. Wow. Have you spoken to her, Robin? No, but I found her name because I did open records for the media company and Fani hired to track her media. She also monitored it, and then they yanked her privilege. So I figured it went bad. Yes, she was fired. Wow. Again, does this guy sound at all unsure of anything? It sounds like he knows. He is extremely confident. He's extremely confident. This is bananas. Wow. This is wild. All right, let's get this done, because I see some good comments in there I want to talk about. So this is again on January 14th. My main question has always been, how did Sonia feel about Fani taking her man? Wow. Not sure how she felt or feels. Her and Nathan are extremely close now. It started romantically, but when I left, it was more brotherly, sisterly. Okay, so then we could go back and look at when Terrance left, and he would know that they were involved before he left. I mean, come on, man. But occasionally they would mess around. Oh my man is just giving up the deets. He's giving up the details. This is crazy. All right, let's pull this in. We're gonna get this. I got about 4 more, give or take. This is craziness, man. Am I on the right date? I am on the right date. Come on, Jason. Shout out. Ooh, this one looks good. All right, let's go. This is interesting because, again, remember, Bradley said that Nathan was his friend. Look at the first sentence here. She needs to fire Nathan, but she won't. Why is he liking that? This is on January 14th. Yep. No, she won't, but she doesn't dispute it. She will go down in flames for Nathan. Wow. Did she see this? I feel like I missed the page. Did she see this? And there's a file here that he sent. Not did she, did you see this, is what he said. Did you see this? And he sent a file, something from WSB TV. Okay, so it's WSB TV, if you're not familiar, is the local news station here in Atlanta. And it says, I just so happen to pay attention to this, Atlanta Fulton County DA Fani Willis speaks for the first time after allegations. Special prosecutor affair. So yeah, this is when it was the things were getting hit. The fan was getting hit. Okay. All right. Yep. She all but admitted to the relationship. There we go. So, man, that's crazy. She told her defense she isn't going to deny the affair, but now she is flawed and he is qualified. But now she is flawed and he is qualified. Did I zoom that in? This is crazy. Today did not go well for her. Not sure who advises her to do that, but it backfired. And this is Ashley saying that. Wow. This is bananas. This is a very interesting case. I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends. But guess what? We're at the end of my text messages. I think there's probably some more. So this is January 24th. So I feel like I might have missed some or something. All right, we gotta get Jason out of the way, first of all. Ooh, there's a lot in this message. So again, like for Terrance to say he doesn't remember certain things is literally preposterous. I'm subpoenaing Chris Campbell and Nathan's office staff. Oh, she says, and Nathan's office stuff, but I think she meant staff. I fear I would be suspicious if I did not also subpoena you, but I plan on putting Nathan and Fani on the stand and only have others under subpoena for backup. I will leave you out, but think if I don't subpoena you, it would look fishy. What do you want me to do? Okay, so again, here's a chance for him to say something and whatever like that. I don't know. Can you do that? Can you negotiate like that and say, hey, since you gave me the details, I'm not going to put you on the stand? I don't know if you can do that. I don't know. If you're a lawyer, if you know, please give some feedback in there. But this is some very specific answers that Terrance is giving. These are not very hemming and hawing. I think that's why when you saw him on the on what's today? Thursday? On Tuesday. It's just like all the life was sucked out of him because he knew he was telling. I think he's telling the truth here. I don't think he's lying at all, but I think he's trying to hold on to a monicum of respect on the stand and not just give up people, even though he's doing it right here. So that's why I think he's lying on the stand, in my opinion. Let us continue. He says, I'm okay with it. And she liked it. Y'all stop it, Apple people. Stop it. Okay. It's my hope they do the right thing before then. I don't know what the right thing could have been. I don't know, because Lord knows they ain't did the right thing now. You are my friend and I trust you. They will not. They're arrogant as F. She thinks she won the other day when she didn't have to be deposed. Wow. Okay. Again, like this guy he does not sound like he is guessing. He doesn't sound mamsy-pamsy. He doesn't sound milquetoast. He sounds extremely confident. He knows exactly what's going on. That wasn't a win. Thompson set them up. Nathan can admit it all on the 31st. And if he doesn't, then Thompson will make Fani sit. He basically gave Nathan a chance to protect her. But if he doesn't tell all, then Fani will have to sit. Nathan's finances make it look like he owed a lot of money when he began this. So, and I think we've heard that too, that Nathan was in some financial hardships when he started the role as a special prosecutor, making $600,000. Owed to who? Not true. Okay. And she says loans, and she questioned not true. It may have been just coincidence. He was highly leveraged. That's on paper. Okay. What do you mean? Oh man, now it's like a cliffhanger. Oh, crackers. I kind of want to know now. What do you mean? Dun dun dun. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Yo, this thing, the cookout has been going on all week. I got, if you just stopping in, I got my new Morehouse oven mitt and my apron. The cookout is hot, man. Hopefully you brought some potato salad. Even if you put raisins in, I don't even care. Hopefully you brought some drinks. You got those good sturdy plates because this cookout is going to be hot. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's supposed to be they're kind of drawing to a conclusion. I think they're supposed to be coming to a close to a close tomorrow, Friday. That would be bananas in the weekend, to go into the weekend with this done. Oh my gosh. If they're done, but it's over? Is it? Are you saying it is over? Or are you just saying it's over? Because it's over and it is over. If McAfee has decided something, that's great. Now, I did also read, I got a text message as well, that the Georgia Senate is already investigating Terrence Bradley. So I think it's fair to say that his career is definitely over, as Joseph said right here. It's over. Definitely his career is going to I don't see how he rescues it. But this is a crazy story. And I think one of the things that really makes it interesting is it's right here in my city, and it's very public, and lots of people are discussing it. I think that's what makes it really stand out, that like, yo, this story is bananas. It's crazy. And there's so much crazy to it. So, I mean, I know there's been other big cases like, some Hollywood celebrities doing crazy stuff and all that. I'm not really that interested in those things. So I guess that's why those things don't stand out to me. They're probably, who's the guy that, the actor that accidentally shot the person on set? They're prosecuting that case. That's not my forte, but this one right here just seems so interesting to me. I have no idea why. It's super interesting. Lots of people are interested in it. So that gives, good back and forth. If it's just some ancillary case over on the side and nobody's interested in it, whatever. But lots of people are interested in this. Good, bad, or indifferent, man. I don't even know how it's going to play out if Fani and Nathan were able to stay on. I don't think they're going to be able to stay on. Oh, there it is. Alec Baldwin. Yeah. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, Q. Alec Baldwin case. Those are not really my jam, but this, for whatever reason, has been so interesting to me. It has really got my interest up. I'm like, this is wild. This story is absolutely, positively amazing to me. And I mean amazing like in tongue-in-cheek way, because it's such a wild story. And there's so many problems in it that could have been solved extremely easily, actually, if people just did the right thing. From telling the truth to keeping your vows, keeping your pledge, your commitment to your spouse, just and not engaging with somebody that is not your spouse. I mean, it's really that simple. So sometimes when we point things out as very simple things as Christians, it comes across like we're being extremely dismissive and whatever like that. But no, this is a very simple matter that could have been resolved and never had to go this way. Because that's the problem that Terrance is experiencing. Terrance was trying to be sneaky, trying to be coy, if you will. But he had problems. So he had a lot of problems that pushed him out of that office in the first place. But if he had been an upstanding person, could he have maybe helped Nathan not get involved with a woman and he was a married man? Who knows? Could he have, who knows? It could have been so many different ways if people just did the right thing rather than trying to fix it after you've already broke it. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Q. I didn't even see this. Grace and peace. Kiansha, who put money on they books? I don't know, but when they go to jail, we're going to see. We will see for sure. All right. Thank you so much. Kata. ATL must be stopped. Look, Atlanta must be stopped. We're wild out here, man. Atlanta is wild. And this is just another example. Look, Terrence messed himself up. Terrence messed himself up. That's the problem. I'd love to leave him alone, but he put himself out there. Let's keep this rolling. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Good to see you, Angel Wings. Grace and peace, sister. Good to see you. Always good to see Shar in the building. Thank you so much. Fani Willis can't prove she paid the money back to him. Cash is just hearsay, a cop-out. To me, I don't know how they let that go, in my opinion. Like that seemed like, well, wait, you don't have any records, so therefore you didn't do it. That's like me saying I ran a 2-minute mile in high school. Well, there's no proof, no evidence to that fact. So what are you talking about, my guy? I don't know. That's a great point, though. Great job, Black Cappuccino. Thank you so much. Matter of fact, make sure I drop my Buy Me a Coffee link in here in honor of Black Cappuccino. Feel free to support your brother at Dear Woke Christian. And buy me a coffee. It's cheaper to keep. Boy, tell him right there. It's cheaper to keep her. I mean, that is crazy. And the fact that Fani tried to attack the ex-wife when Fani is as wrong as today is Thursday, that part right there just is like, am I missing? What am I missing here? You're wrong. You're every bit as wrong as today is Thursday, Fani. But you actually are calling out the wife, the former wife, saying that she's trying to interfere and she's trying to aggravate the case. And it is kind of funny to me also for her to say things like she's a black woman. And she likes to position and posture herself, using her externals. Y'all should rally around me because I'm a black woman. Well, what about the black woman's husband that you're sleeping with, Fani? What about that? I'm just wondering. Does she matter at all? I'm just wondering. Now, I'm not saying that she's a saint. I don't know anything about her. I don't know much about Nathan. I don't know much about Fani. But I do know that there are married people doing things with other people that are not their spouses that shouldn't be happening. It's really that easy. All right, let's see. K-Dub says they are spending racks on their immorality. And that is true. That is it. They are definitely spending racks on it. I don't think I'm going to bet that she's not MAGA, but Q says y'all didn't know that Jocelyn was MAGA. I don't think she is, but she might be. Who knows? Y'all was cool with me 2 years ago. What changed? K-Dub, what changed? Lots of good comments in here. Lots of good family reunion going on. Lots of good conversation back and forth. What's going on, Sheila Mahone? Good to see you. Always good to see you. Did I see Eric? Did I say hi? Shout out to Eric. What's going on, brother? Grace and peace. Good to see you, Eric. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope the narcissists don't get away with this mess she has going on. Pride has her nose in the air, and she thinks she's above everyone else. I agree with you, Black Cappuccino. I agree with you. Sadly, I think what will happen is Fani will retreat to her echo chamber, in my opinion. She'll retreat to her echo chamber, aka the black community, which will rally around her and say it's okay, it's all good, girl, strong black woman, stunning and brave, blah, blah, blah. And she won't hear the critique. She won't hear the correction from people like you, like that comment that you made right there. So that's what I think is going to happen. But I have no idea how. I'm just wondering, why would you even think that you should remain in this position if your character has been besmirched this much? Literally. So Fani Willis is also responsible for a really big drug murder gang case here in Atlanta. So she's also prosecuting that under RICO, by the way. How is it possible for you not to sullen the jury when they think about you being somebody who's unethical and doing unethical things as it relates to these young men that are on trial for their lives, Fani Willis? I'm just wondering. It just seems like it's going to be a dumpster fire moving forward. I don't see how she's going to pull it out. And as I said before, the judge is like the coin toss, because this is a bench trial. So the judge is going to decide. I don't know how he's going to decide. I don't know how he's going to say trial. I don't know how the judge is going to determine. However, I think the case makes a lot of sense, that there's a lot of problems with it, and we don't want those, because it's only going to cause for appeal. It's only going to open up yourself for more distraction. And by the way, we all know that this is never going to actually get finished anyway. So they'll be well into 2028 by the time they see anything that looks like this case is finished. So like, it's almost like a moot point, because y'all been doing it since 2020. Now we're in 2024, about to be on the heels of another election. So it's wild. What? So Eric, hey, look, I just got the S24. I love my phone. So Eric, I'm with you. I understand, but this is a side note. I think cell phones are, if they're not at peak, they are real close to peak cell phone. There's not much of a change that you can make on a cell phone now. I mean, short of some cute peripherals like a folding phone, or having a pen or stylus that's inside the phone, stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of cool, but I think we're at peak cell phone. That's just me. Shara asked the question, why didn't he say he don't recall? Like, he seemed to be very clear in those text messages. He seemed very clear. Good to see you, his servant. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. That's a good question. Was this on a personal phone or a city phone? Okay. Terrance wasn't working for the city at all. He was in private practice with Nathan Wade. So I'm going to go with these are all, and I'm assuming maybe Ashley, I'm assuming they're all private phones, if you will, not public phones or their work phones. So I'm not 100% certain. That's a great question, though. What's going on, brother? Brother Alton in the building. Good to see you, man. Grace and peace. Any interest in the Tiffany Henyard debacle? Look, as soon as Tiffany Henyard goes to jail, I'm going to talk about it. She does so much crazy stuff, too legit to quit. Tiffany Henyard, if you're not familiar, Tiffany Henyard is the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, which is a southern suburb of Chicago. And that is a crazy story. Okay. That story is bananas. And as soon as she goes to jail, or it's very clear that the FBI is walking up her doorstep, I have some things I want to say about her, but that's wild as well. Also, Caleb said, I don't recall in my Dave Chappelle voice. See, he should have did that, but he didn't. That's the problem. He had already, when Terrance was sitting on the witness stand, he knew that they knew that he had been texting Miss Merchant. So for him to say, I don't know, just seemed to be very like, did you not think that they were going to pull out the text messages? Did you not think that they were going to say, bruh, you said this right here? Like Fani Willis said, lies, these are lies. Like, did you not think they were going to do that? I don't understand what he thought was going to happen. That's the part I don't get. Like, what's going on, Abigail? Good to see you. Like, what were you wanting to happen? I would love to hear What did you think was supposed to happen, my guy? When you're talking to your op, if you will, you're talking to the opposition, you're talking to your enemy. And what did you expect to happen? What was your intent? I would love to hear that. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please help a brother out. Help me out. I appreciate y'all. Yes, absolutely. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always email management at dearwokec@gmail.com. Team Apple, get K-Dub out of here. Get him out of here. Don't be hurt, Abigail. But we will. Management is looking forward to your email. All right, let's see what we got here. I like it. I like it. We're going to kick K-Dub out of the chat moving forward. Quick Trip is elite. He going to be... I like Quick Trip. There's a Quick Trip down the street from my house, so I like Quick Trip. Yeah, he's afraid of telling the truth will mess up his career. But his career is already shot, though, Black Cappuccino. His career is already in the toilet. He perjured himself. He proved that he violated, I feel like he violated attorney-client privilege. He was involved in shady shenanigans and dealings with interacting with Miss Merchant. I don't know how, if Terrence Bradley is not in trouble, I don't know what is. That's just my little 2 cents, though. Okay, this is something interesting. His servant just asked, we need to know the story of what happened when they threw Terrance out of this practice. I think that's interesting. I don't think it matters to this case. I don't think it's part of this case, but I do think that's a very good question that you're asking. I just don't think it's germane to what we're doing and what they're talking about right now. But I think it's probably going to come out as if he gets disbarred or, I don't know, reprimanded or some kind of punishment comes down, it'll probably come out what actually was the case for him getting kicked out of the law practice with Nathan. Black Cappuccino says a narcissist Jezebel spirit was on full display when Willis gave her testimony. There is no lie detected there at all. If K-Dub likes a video, y'all, if K-Dub, this rascal right here, just sat here and y'all stretch your hands towards K-Dub. Stretch your hands toward K-Dub. He done went in here and sent and liked text messages that I sent him. See, that's why we can't have nice things. See, that's why we can't have nice things, y'all. See, there's a little button right here that says ban. I'm gonna have to ban K-Dub. I'm gonna have to, y'all. I'm gonna have to. See, I mean, and you know what? And the funny thing is, he said something right here, and I think it was so appropriate. It be your own people. Your own people be liking the doggone comment, liking your text messages. Nobody cares about that, Apple people. Nobody cares. Is it? Okay. Oh, okay. Joseph was saying, is it over? I mean, it's as good as over. I got you. I think I'm picking up what you're throwing down, brother. You're talking about the Alec Baldwin case. If I have to catch up on this one, Kiana loves this type of content. Y'all pray for Kiana. She likes this type of stuff. Please make sure you email management. Willie Doc in the building? What's going on? Texting and driving. Uh-oh. And he's in Atlanta. Hey, man, look, we don't pay no traffic tickets here at Dear Woke Christian. Don't you get no traffic. What's going on? Thank you for the super chat, though. We'll take that, though. Absolutely. Grace and peace. I'm having a good time, man. This is such an interesting case. Now, again, there might be another case next Tuesday, and I might not be interested. But I'm going to tell you this. I will be very interested in that Tiffany Inyard case. When she goes to jail, I'm going to be interested in that. I will be interested in that. Many people don't know Dear World Christian is actually from Illinois. So I think that would be very interesting. Yeah, I think this is so wild. This is so wild. And Q just says, I don't think she is. I said that because Fani said that Jocelyn was interfering with the case. But Fani was interfering with her marriage. Like, miss me with the... Like, how was Fani this bold? That is crazy to me. What? What in the world? Thane Mithra? Then hollered at your boy? What? Wow. Thanks, Thane. All right. Thane Mithra is a legend over at TLA, over at the lead attorney's channel. What's up, Thane? Wow. Thanks, Thane. I appreciate it, man. Grace and peace, brother. Thank you for stopping by, man. Wow. Thank you so much, man. Bless you, man. Coming through, helping out Dear World Christian keep his lights on. All right. Praise God. Thank you, friend. All right. But yeah, man, you done threw me all off, Thane, man. Y'all go, hey, in honor of TLA always does it. Just go ahead and put Thane in. I've been wanting to say that forever. Put Thane in the chat. I love it, man. Thanks so much. Yo, Thane, if you got some insight on this case, I would love to hear your thoughts as well. But yeah, I think these kind of cases right here are just so crazy. They're so bananas. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to shake out, how they're going to pan out over time. And yo, absolutely. Thank you, Thane. Thane coming through, helping Dear World Christian keep it going. Well, thanks a lot. Wow, thanks, man. Let me just go ahead and give Thane a double shout out. Y'all go and put Thane in the chat. Thanks so much, man. Blessing Dear World Christian, man. Thanks so much. Thane is keeping the cookout going. My man, thank you so much, man. The cookout, hey, we're going to go ahead and keep the cookout rolling now. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Thane, coming through, helping me out. I appreciate it, man. Grace and peace, man. Thank you so much. So, yeah, this case, man, I am so interested in hearing attorneys and legal professionals kind of explain how this is going to pan out. That's why I've been listening to the lead attorney. That's probably how I ran into Thane. Thank you so much. But how this is going to shake out, I have no idea. I have no clue how this is going to shake it out at the end. If Fani and Nate and the whole DA at Fulton County is going to stay put, or they're going to get kicked out, I don't know. And then if they get kicked out, does that mean that the case is lost? Or they're going to have to put it, punt it to another county here in Georgia or another county in another state? This is bananas. This is so wild. And there's so many little small nuances, like the whole Terrence Bradley case. I mean, Terrence Bradley's testimony and then Fani's testimony. My goodness, in the morning, that pink dress is going to be like, people are going to be dressing up in that pink dress for Halloween. Okay, that thing is going to be bananas. So all those kind of things like that are just out of control. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to pan out, how it's going to shake out in the end. Man, it's going to be wild. I am so interested. I'm trying to get some attorneys to come on and talk about it, or come meet me at the studio. We can sit down face to face and talk about it, because I think it's going to really be insightful. And especially if you just like this type of stuff, if you're just interested in how the legal system works. Because, hey, little do you know, Dear Woke Christian is pro legal system. I'm very pro criminal justice. And I'm so pro criminal justice that I stay out of it. So that's how I That's how I support the criminal justice system, by staying away from it. All right. So I just like to watch it from over here, like around the fence, like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. Okay, let me stay right up here in my little suburb, staying out of trouble. But it is interesting to see and to hear, because if you don't get involved in it, you're like, I don't know how does this work? So it is very wild to see it. So that's why I'm so interested, I think, in knowing that, hey, I don't know how this case works. I don't like RICO. When they started talking about the RICO charge here in Atlanta, I had no idea what that was. Like, what, RICO? RICO who? But now I'm like, okay, I got you. So anyway, those kind of things are wild. But yeah, man. So I'm really looking forward to it. Oh wait, okay. So Chris X 2K6 says, here's the key. The bar is appearance of impropriety. That's it. That's what most of us have said. It's just the appearance. It just looks bad. And especially if you're trying to hold a former president to a standard, which again, I don't even think we're not even at the place of arguing whether or not the case is valid. But if the people trying to hold the person to the standard have some real bad situations going on, for crying out loud, why are you paying this guy almost 3 times as much as everybody else? If you're saying that everybody else was rock stars, as Fani did when she was at Big Bethel, then why are you paying him so much more? At least try to tamper that down. At least hide that. Come on. So I like that. Thank you, Chris. Chris X2K6. Is that like, okay. 26. Okay, I got you. All right, what we got? Discernment files. We need an overhaul of the Now look, that right there will preach. Okay. We do need an overhaul of our justice system. And I'm going to start by doing my very best to stay out of the justice system and let them go ahead and overhaul that over there. Y'all go ahead and overhaul that down there at the Gold Dome. The Gold Dome is Georgia's Capitol building, downtown Atlanta. Y'all go ahead and deal with that. I'm gonna stay right here in my little hovel over here at Whitaker Park. But y'all keep that going. Get the site's version of TLA on. I got you. Yeah, I agree 100%. Q said, I learned so much from TLA and Nate. They are very informative. They are very informative. I'm having a great time. Thane Mithra said, prayers for you, brother. I'll check in replay gang. Well, Thane, thank you so much. Thane is going to be definitely Thane is going to be the sponsor of the show today. So we got to give him that air horn. I know some people didn't like it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But we got to go ahead and give Thane that shout out, man. Absolutely, man. There it is. There it is. Thane, thank you so much, man, for the support. Bless you, man. Thank you so much. Juan Santiago says, the question is, will the judge risk his future by ruling against Willis? Her supporters will run him off of the bench come election time. This is also, I think, we've entered into a new place as it relates to political discourse and being at odds with one another. I think we've come to a new place, Juan, where you can't just say like, hey, I made the ruling that I made and let the chips fall where they may. No, the chips might be something else now. So I do think you make a great point. But so let me ask a different question. What will happen if he keeps Fani on as special as DA and Nathan subsequently as special prosecutor? How will that keep him on the bench? So I don't think both of them are in a lose-lose situation. If he rules against Fani, that ends up throwing out the whole Trump case and all of that, and he might get run off the bench. If he rules for Fani, that keeps the Trump case going, it's going to get thrown out because you already see Sadao wants blood because he came for the cookout. Okay. Can you imagine Nathan having to explain to Sadal, man, it's gonna be a mess. Or Nathan, I'm sorry, Nathan trying to interrogate somebody that Sadal has coached. Woo, I think that's gonna be a mess. So I don't see how I don't see how it works out favorably for any of them. What is going on? Thank you so much, Aphrodisiac. Thank you so much. Grace and peace for the super chat. Gigolo Nathan Wade, aka Rico Suave. Let me tell you, I like that. I like that. Okay, so now Chris, I'm gonna call you 2K. So Chris 2K, I disagree. The judge risks his future by not disqualifying her. There we go. Too much evidence, period. This Rocky case goes on and he'll oversee it. What a mistake for his career. I don't disagree. I think it's problematic either way. I think somebody asked me a couple of days ago, do I think Atlanta would riot if Fani gets disqualified? I don't think so. I don't think Atlanta has a tenor for that anymore. That was a blight on Atlanta as a whole. I don't think people are that invested in it. And truth be told, people ain't just rallying to support Fani here in Atlanta. Sure, they might give lip service. Sure, they might say, yeah, she's a black woman, blah, blah, blah. She's my soror or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they're not running to Fani's defense. Let's just tell the truth, shame the devil. So I think you hear me, 2K. This one right here is such a wild story. And I keep saying it, the judge is my coin toss. I have no idea what he's going to do. I have no idea. One, because I'm not a legal professional. And two, I have no idea how he's interpreted all this data. And he's actually collecting more data than Jason has. So, but I agree with you. Hear me. I think if he doesn't disqualify her, there's going to be some problems. If he does, I think there's going to be some problems, but I think there'll be less problems if he does disqualify her. Yeah, that's all. Woo, this case is crazy. That's all I can say. If Judge McAfee does not, and this is M. Davis, does not make the right decision, and that is to prosecute Fani and Wade and Mr. Bradley, I think it will be a very bad for this judge. No argument there. 2K and Davis, I think, are in succinct. And hear me, I agree with you. I just don't know how it's going to work. Part of the reason is because I spoke to an attorney who argued with me at that they can do their job is what. So yes, they've had impropriety and such like that, but he argued that they could do their job. And I said, I don't think we wouldn't be that cavalier. And I asked him, hey, would you be okay if this was your pastor? If your pastor was being accused of all the same stuff, would you be okay with it? And then he's like, oh no, the rules kind of changed a little bit. So I don't think it's just a matter of, hey, the car will drive, I just put a different color paint on it. I don't think it's just that simple. So I do agree with you that there's some major problems. And I don't think, and I don't remember who it was that said the standard is any kind of visual impropriety. So let me tell you right now, when they say they're going to announce it, I might just do a live stream watching it just because I have no idea. And I would love to I might actually read the decision. And I don't even understand law like that. I told y'all, my approach to the law is staying out of it. That's how I stay out of the criminal justice system. And then that way, that's my support of it. But Chris, 2K, says, so Fani's story is that she knew to pay Wade back and stay in compliance, but not receipts. Makes zero sense. I'm going to only add one more thing to it. She knew that she should report her relationship with Wade, and she didn't do that. So hear me. I agree with you a whole lot more than I disagree with you. Matter of fact, I only think I really disagree with you. No, she knew. And I think the whole story about having money and this, that, and the third, and it's a black thing, that was just dumb. It was silly, and it wasn't true. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any riots. I think there might be some people upset. They'll go to Twitter and they'll go to Facebook, but they'll be okay. Next door, They'll go to Nextdoor app, but they're going to be okay. They're going to fool around. Wait, what? K-Dub? Ray Charles trying to feel them wrists. What are you talking about? You wild, K-Dub. I love it, though. Fani been disqualified. Discernment file says Fani's been disqualified before, and the judge is still a judge. Wow. There we go. There we go. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like these conversations, because it's totally new. So I'm learning as you all are commenting. I'm learning as you all are sharing ideas and such like that. Yeah, I don't think. I think I'm. Let's go with let's go 80-20. I'm 80-20 on Fani, Nathan, and the whole DA's office being disqualified. I'm 20% that somehow or another they're going to pull it off, but it doesn't look good. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. So that's why I'm not very keen that they will be able to pull it off. We just hating on strong black women. Is that what we're doing, K-Dub? Let me tell you about that. Let me tell you. This cookout is crazy, though. We got prime rib in this cookout. Thank y'all so much for the prime rib. We got high level filet mignon. Okay, look, and this cookout is just getting going. So I think, if I'm understanding correctly, tomorrow they should be getting real close to bringing this thing into port and wrapping this up. That will be great if they wrap it up going into. I can't see them dragging it out through next week, but if they do, I would be wildly surprised. I feel like they want to get done with this. I feel like the judge wants to get done with this. Everybody want to get done with this. Chris 2K says, people have alternatives to the mainstream media. Absolutely. So there's no prevailing narrative that would cause a riot. Amen. There you go. Because of outlets like yours, in fact. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think, there's not yeah. I don't know, Chris, man. I don't know. Are you like me? Are you like the opposite of me, my brother? I don't know, because I agree with you 100%. Willie Doc says, so that sermon about the gospel of Fani didn't age. I'm trying to tell you, I'm waiting. Now that, yes. Can you imagine Jamal Bryant or whomever else trying to wiggle their way out of this one on Sunday? Oh my gosh. Joy will absolutely have another meltdown. Now that's true. Now I think there are going to be some elites. Let's say that tomorrow, let's just say, snap my fingers, Judge McAfee throws a whole kit and caboodle out of here. He throws Fani, Nate, Terrance, the cousins, the dog walker, everybody out. And they start the disbar process and all that. You know that the Hollywood elites, the Joy Reids, all those clowns like that, they're going to be up in a tizzy. So they will riot on Twitter. They will riot on Facebook. But the people are going to be like, whatever. Yeah. that was wild, though. If she gets thrown off, it's the white supremacist patriarchy. Yeah. I don't think that narrative works as much as, and hear me, I'm dear woke Christian. I don't think the narrative works as much as people give it credit, because people know, like, baby, no white person ask you to sleep with a black woman's black husband. Ma'am, please go sit down somewhere. Go sit down, Fani. Just go sit down. Go sit down. I mean, it's going to be ugly, but K-Dub, I ain't even messing with you. The judge said that they have murder trials and other cases to try. He has to get this done. Okay, there we go. So if it's done tomorrow or done, I just would hate for it to go into next week. If it's done over the weekend, like if it's done tomorrow, you got Saturday and Sunday to get the talking heads and the Sunday news and the Saturday Night Live, all that kind of stuff. And then going into next week, it'll already be on the downswing. But okay, now I want to see what happens. Oh my gosh, this is so wild. What is going on? What's going on, Jen? They salty because they eat salty grits. There we go. Jen never lets us down. Good to see you, Jen. Grace and peace, sister. All right, so my brother Chris 2K says, remember, this judge has said, I get it, multiple times. He has said that. He did say that a lot. He does. Okay, and cut testimony short. He's ready to rule, in my opinion. Yo, come on. All right. Hey, if that means we'll be done with this, I'm all for it. I am here for it. You're right. He has cut them short quite a bit. You're right. Because I don't think it was ever intended, from my understanding, my limited legal understanding, this is well into championship rounds, okay? This is not meant to be a how long has it been? Like 3, 4, 5 weeks? It's not supposed to be that long. So I think, I agree with you. He probably is like, look, I'm ready to go home. I'm tired of this. She is clogging up the justice system with this phony case and her immorality. His servant says, absolutely. I think we're being harsh on Wade. Okay, let's go. I think we're being harsh on Wade. I visited my female friends after midnight at least 35 times over an 11-month period, and it was strictly platonic. Okay, Seth, way to go, bruh. Hold it down, my brother. I think you're pulling my leg, Seth. Seth, are you pulling my leg? All right. Good to see you, Future. Good to see you. Sugar is for cream of wheats. Salt is for grits. We're not going to have a grits. Wait. We're not going to have a sugar grits, salt grit argument. We're not going to do that in 2024. We're done with that. It's over. Finished. It's over. It's done. No more. And now they're over talking about hominy. Look, y'all are wild, man. Stop it. Willie Doc said, I've made it home. I can text legally now. Didn't want Fani to prosecute me. Hey, I don't think Fani might not. So, okay, so that's a great question. Like, will she still be able to practice? I don't know. Like, will she still be able to practice law? Like, that's going to be crazy. So I think, so my brother Chris 2K said, remember, Wade denied the trips. I think you mean the trips to Hapeville. I agree. He lied. Hands down. He said 10 times, and they said Skyhawk or Sailhawk came back and said 35. That's a lot of times. So, no, I agree. And they kind of insinuated it when talking with Terrance, like, how did Nathan negotiate a contract for you to be, I forgot what kind of attorney, basically those yearly I think it's right first visiting or first viewing attorney or something of that nature. And it kind of left the idea that how did he negotiate you such a deal to get a contract like that if you didn't know Fani and they weren't already involved in a relationship? There's a lot of dirt there. Future's correct. So I'm going to go with Future. Amen and amen. How do we keep getting here? How did we get here, Aphrodisiac? I don't know how we got here, man. I don't know how we got here. Fani will still be able to practice law, just not this case. Okay. Now, if she gets kicked off of this case, she'll be able to still practice law. However, if she gets, I don't know. Do y'all think Fani is in jeopardy of being disbarred? I'm just wondering, like, is she in jeopardy of being disbarred? I do think that Terrance, it's a wrap for Terrance. No question about it. It's a wrap for Terrance. I think Nathan's in trouble too. But what about Fani? Do you think Fani is in jeopardy of being, I don't know, disbarred means you're fired from being a lawyer, right? So what's the next? Is there a step under that, like some kind of censure or like put in timeout? unpaid leave or something. But I'm just wondering, like, is she in jeopardy? I do think, again, I think if we followed it in order of magnitude, I think Terrence it's a wrap. I do think that Nathan is in trouble because he told some things that were not true. I don't know if Fani is, but I think she was definitely unprofessional. I think she definitely did not represent her office well, and I think we could have that conversation. But I don't know. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think? I think my brother 2K said she can practice law until external investigations really get ramped up. Yeah, I, I, yeah, there's a lot there, and I don't know what the food chain or the order of those, you know. So like, what's the next step for Terrence? I don't know. Is it? I did hear that the Georgia Senate is doing an investigation into him. I don't think he's gonna come out of there squeaky clean. Then of course, I don't know what's gonna happen with Nathan. I don't know what's gonna happen with Fani. But good question though. Okay, so wait, what did Aphrodisiac say? Aphrodisiac said Fannie's DA office will have a hard time arguing that drug dealers' cash in the house is a bad thing. That's it. See, that's what I'm saying. She's ruined it for so many other, like she's literally trying a case, the YSL street gang case right now. And like it's gonna be hard for her to prove that. You're right. You're 100% correct. So then Q said, Aphrodisiac. I've been saying the same thing. I would pull out her testimony and her response to the cell phone records, and she that she says mean nothing in every case. I mean, she's ruined cases, whether they are in the process, whether they're going to happen in the future. Dare I even say cases that have already been tried and ruled on. Small jeopardy for Fani, Willie Doc says. Small jeopardy for Fani being disbarred, but I think she can make it. Small jeopardy for, okay. Ooh, federal charges, Andrea says. Eventually, once federal charges hit, yo, yeah, this is gonna go. Yeah, yes, you can have your license suspended for a period of time. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Like, I don't know. And again, I'm learning this, so you all are welcome to tell me. I'm like, I can totally see Terrence being disbarred. I feel like he's done it. And I feel to some degree Nathan has put himself in a pretty precarious position. I don't know. Again, I don't know if Fani has, but she definitely has ruined her ability to be to have no level of impropriety. Absolutely. This is interesting. He might be in trouble with his divorce case, and I think you could be right there. I think if they unseal that thing, it's going to be a mess. And the funny thing is, this right here, not outside my house, but outside my studio, man. I know exactly where that place is. They live in East Cobb. They live near me. That's crazy. Oh, that's right. Misappropriation of grant funds. They are investigating her. She she forced the whistleblower. She forwarded the whistleblower. She is on tape with the girl telling her what's going on. That's right. Word on the street from my close lawyer, peeps, that even the highly melanated law societies are staying quiet about Fani. No, that's true. I do believe that. I do believe that. Because, yeah, we the people, Tuckers love our nation. Good. God bless America. God bless the President Trump. And we want to boycott New York's crazy judge. Okay? Thank you, Tristan Dory. If the Fed's charging, you're cooked. Okay, if the Fed's charging, you're cooked. But if what's his name, Steven Sadow, if he's an opposing counsel and he's grilling you, let me tell you, you're cooked as well. That guy, he was cooking yesterday. All right, so Chris says, I thought that Trump's people were going to drop another motion last night with photographic evidence of Bradley meeting with Wade or some henchman in the back alley. Hey, what I'm learning with these people is listen to the questions that they ask. If they ask questions that seem very poignant and direct, you already know they know the answer. So don't be surprised. I'm expecting them to start subpoena ring cameras around Fani's neighborhood. Like I'm just surprised they haven't done that, or restaurants near the area, because that area doesn't stay popping all night. So even though it's near the airport, we're in Georgia and a lot of places still close at a certain time. They don't stay open indefinitely. It's not like New York. You know, New York, everything stays open. Nothing, never sleeps in New York. Well, here in Atlanta and in Hapeville near the airport, that stuff closes, man. You'll be doing good to find a hotel that's open after a certain time. But restaurants, and I mean, there's lots of mom and pop restaurants around there. I was down there recently picking my wife up from the airport. Yeah, that's not like, it's not like New York. So it's not, you know, just there, it's just open indefinitely. There's places all over the place. No, it's dark and gets deserted. So Nathan wasn't just hanging out. Like, I don't even think there might be some clubs, but I don't think there's many in the area. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's clubs down there. So it's not like you're going down there hanging out till 3 o'clock in the morning at a club. No, it was a Fani call. That's what it was. All this started because Wade didn't report $650,000 in his divorce paperwork. But did it? I thought it was with the whole, I mean, that's a good question. I don't know what happened first, because I don't know. I don't know. I thought, and I could be wrong, aphrodisiac, I'll just say it. I thought that it started because Terrance had gotten pushed out and he reached out to and started feeding information to Ashley Merchant. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought was the, what was a genesis for this whole thing. But it could have been that too. Man, it's crazy either way. I don't think Wade is officially divorced now. I don't think so. Well, I mean, they literally just filed for divorce recently. So since he started this whole contract, I don't think they actually are divorced. I don't think so. We're going to leave it for Q. I think Q can find that for us. And people are saying no, Willie Doc. The Feds have a 99.5% conviction rate. Well, that means that Fani has a 0.5% chance. Yeah, this is a great question. And I think lots of people heard this too. Like, how you been getting divorced for like 9 years, my guy? I mean, he said that their relationship went south in 2015 and they were like functionally divorced, but then he didn't file for divorce until he got this job. Like, dude, come on, man. That made no sense. And yeah, you shouldn't ask a question in court, especially of a lawyer in court, that you don't already know the answer. I agree. And I think if you go back and watch the cross-examination, you realize like they already knew this. They already knew about how many times, when they asked Nathan how many times had he been there, and he said 10, like, okay, so no more than 10. And then they roll up in here with a report that says he's been there 35 times. Like, that's crazy. That's bananas. But that's a great question, brother Chris. Let's see what I don't remember what it is myself. What is it? Thank you for asking. I totally forgot. Chris 2K asked me what was my Cash App. Thank you so much for asking. I need to make sure I find out myself because I have not been paying attention to it. There you go, Chris. Thank you so much for asking, brother. Grace and peace. All right, there it is right there. True about Terrance. I came from both directions. The wife's attorney read about the Wade's salary. Okay. So yeah, okay, there we go. I think it was like, convergence of two the tides are coming in at the same time. So, bruh, this story is so crazy. It's so crazy. Wade said they stayed together till the kids got older. Okay. That's all right. I mean, I've heard that before, but yeah, I am pro work out your marriage. I'm pro try to figure it out as best you can, tough through it, figure it out. But because imagine now where you are. Look where you are now. And I mean, I hate it because Fani has kids, Nathan has kids. I'm assuming, I don't know if Terrance has children, but y'all got to see your dad and your mom on the news, like 24-hour news cycle. People cracking jokes about your mom wearing her dress backwards. People talking about your dad, and all of man, that would be horrible for a child. I just can't imagine that. I mean, yeah, just horrible. I feel sorry for their kids, though, for real. Eric said as follows: "We all knew Wade was out for a late night run and went in the wrong house by accident. It happens." Eric, you know what, Eric? Is 100% plausible. Like, in the skeptical world that we are in, I think it's fair to say that most of society is extremely skeptical of stuff. Okay, I think it's fair. Why would you propose something so preposterous as the man left from East Cobb, drove all the way down 285, which is the beltway around Atlanta, 285 to Hapeville to go to a bar at 12 o'clock at night? Like, what do you, and stayed there till 3 o'clock in the morning and then went home and then text you when he got home? What I'm surprised is, why have they not secured, this is a good question. I don't know how they secured Nathan's cell phone data, but not Fani's or Fawn. Like that right there, I would love to know, why don't they have Fani's cell phone data? Or do they have it? Just stop. Wait, another Friday. Wait, what do you mean? Is this going on another? No way. Oh, wait until Friday. I cannot read. Please let this be over tomorrow. Wade reported only his $150,000 salary in his divorce paperwork. Gosh. He forgot. Oh, in the words of Kevin Samuel, you can't make this stuff up. He forgot to mention the additional $650. That's $800,000, man. That's crazy. Friday would be Fanalicious. That right there, that will t-shirt right there, Aphrodisiac. That will t-shirt. Fanalicious. That will t-shirt. Albeit it'll be sad to put it on a t-shirt, but that will t-shirt. Just like my Atlanta must be stopped t-shirt must happen. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna make that happen too. But yo, this is such a crazy story, and I'm just like, I live right here in Atlanta. I know people that know these, that know Nathan and know Fani, that have been involved in this, and to see, man, it's just crazy. It's bananas, and to know that, like, this is on the epic, dare I say, international scale. Like, this is a case that is that big of a deal, that so much is involved in it, and so much is riding on it, and so many people are looking at it. But I feel the same way about the Dalton case, the Dalton, Illinois case. I feel like, yo, that right there, So yeah, Aphrodisiac says maybe they do have Fani's cell phone data. I think they do. I think they do. Um, I don't know what they have to do. I don't know what kind of subpoenas. Do you just need the cell phone number or whatever? I don't know. Which is kind of scary, by the way. But yeah, oh man, that is so crazy. And to know, like, man, this is an international case where like the world can see and the world is looking, not at Washington, D.C., not at somewhere lost in California or New York. They're looking at Atlanta, Georgia. Man, that is crazy. That is so wild. I think I just heard Lady Dear Wilkerson pull in the garage, I think. Oh yeah, she is. Oh, she's still driving. Oh no, she's here. Yeah, that was the garage I heard. Let's see real quick what Lady Dear Wilkerson is doing. But no, man, this is such a wild case. So if you have that kind of stuff going, I don't say going on. Yeah, the garage door has been open for 30 seconds. Yeah, man, this is just such a wild case, man. I don't know what to do, but I am kind of interested in it. But Wade didn't forget to mention his wife was stepping out on him allegedly. You can tell Joyce has some class because she's not out throwing shade on him. I agree. I mean, I hate it for him because I'm pro marriage. I want marriages to stay together as best possible and just tough through and work through stuff. But I mean, whatever happened, it is what what it is. Go for it. My compliments on the t-shirt. Funny-licious would be crazy. Oh my gosh. Lady Dearwell Christian, I hear her talking to Chief Executive Second Born already, just walking in the house. I think they have both. If Nathan traveled to Fani more, they would wait. That is a good question. Was he still living with his wife though? Or is Fani not coming up here to Cobb County? If Nathan traveled to Fani more, that may be why they use his. Okay. I got you. I see what you're saying. That's a good question. I mean, great point. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are just thinking. Bring on Lady Dearwell Christian and ask her why she is not supporting a strong black woman like Fani. Look, I'm not gonna even engage her in this shenanigans. Oh man, I hear President Firstborn is down. I don't know what my daughter's been doing. They've been hiding most of the night, aka not doing any chores. That's what happens when Lady Dearwell Christian is not here. My daughters hide and they don't do any chores. They are talking about something. I hear them right outside my office. But this is going to be such a crazy case. So hopefully tomorrow, Friday, there will be some kind of conclusion. Oh, that would be great if this is over with. They said the judge said, "Look, I got other stuff to do. We got stuff to do. We got other things to do up in here." So I think that would be great because then just going to the weekend is beginning of the month of March. We got a whole bunch of stuff happening. They would be smart if they wanted to keep this off the radar because you're going to have March Madness. You're going to have St. Patrick's Day coming up. When is Easter? Easter's coming up soon. You have a lot of distractions, if you will, that this could get buried in the news cycle if they just went ahead and got over with. But no, this is crazy. All right. Q, you already know the answers. I don't think Wade and his wife were abstaining from marital duties for the last 9 years. I kind of agree. More than likely, probably true. But no, that was great questions, man. Y'all are great. So hopefully, hopefully, I'm not even going to assume. I'm not going to assume. We're going to keep the grill hot. The cooler is going to be full of ice. As I told y'all before, I got my grilling materials here, and we're just going to be ready. I don't think the cookout's going to end. I don't think the cookout is going to end. So we'll just keep the grill hot. Just keep the porch light on. Let people come on in when they come. Please make sure you bring plates. Those kind of heavy chinettes. Those are really good for the cookout items and such like that. Coleslaw. I love coleslaw. And bring some ice. Whoever's last, make sure you bring some ice towards the end of April. Really? Holy spicy guacamole. Easter is in April? Yikes. Dear Will Christian is way off. Man, good gravy. Wow. Okay. But yes, for the cookout, because I don't think that this is over with. Hopefully tomorrow it will be, McAfee might say, hey, this party's over with. End it. Oh, see, there we go. Easter's on March 31st. Okay. He might say, hey, this is over. It's done. Finished. If not, then we're going to be back again over next week. But this is bananas. I really do appreciate every last one of you. Again, thank you so much for the gracious super chats. I really do appreciate that. That was incredible. Thank you so much. Are we fighting about Easter now? Okay. Look, I really do appreciate y'all. Shout out to Thane. Thank you so much, Willie Doc. Thank you so much, Q. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. That's great. But even more than that, thank y'all for the conversation. This conversation has been crazy. All right. I'm enjoying. I'm going to go back and actually read the comments again because you all have some good ideas. You all threw out some good possibilities, if you will, which is, I think, this is all this is about, is just us just kind of conversing and talking about it. So, thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. I plan to at least do a show on Sunday, welcoming you all, an official show, welcoming you all on Sunday, just kind of talking about what's been going on in the week. It's called The Week in Woke. So usually on Sundays, we just kind of go over everything I talked about this week, any kind of new videos or anything like that. And then we just have a good old time talking about stuff like that. So Sunday, I'll be doing The Week in Woke. Thank you so much, Juan. Santiago, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Grace and peace. And and James in the building, Team Samsung in the building. Come on. And, hey, Apple people, stop liking comments. Nobody cares. Stop it. Just stop it. All right. But everybody, I thank you so much. So Sunday, I plan to do our Week in Woke. If something happens tomorrow, okay, I got to take Chief Executive, second born. She's going. Okay, this is funny. Okay. My 13-year-old, some of her friends from church play in a band. They're like 12 and 13-year-olds that play in a band. And they're actually playing at like a playhouse tomorrow. And so I'm supposed to take Chief Executive, second born, to go support her friends playing in a playhouse tomorrow. Like it's like an open mic band night. Like, what is this? So I'm supposed to take them there. Hopefully it's supposed to be like from 7 to 9. Hopefully it won't be too much going on tomorrow that I can, if something pops off, we can do a show tomorrow. Otherwise it's going to be like a midnight show or something. Yo, thank you, Aphrodisiac. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much, man. Grace and peace, man. I'm going to use that toward the Faunalicious t-shirt design for sure. But yeah, so that's the tentative plan for tomorrow, is taking Chief Executive, second born, to her friend's band open mic, which is crazy. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Like, they have a band? So we're gonna go check that out, and hopefully we'll be back in time. No matter what, we're gonna probably end up having to do a live. If this case ends tomorrow, we're gonna have to find it. I might be doing it from the lobby of the Playhouse. I don't know. And it's in Atlanta too. Who knows? I mean, down there in the mix. So everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the gracious super chats. Thank you so much for the wonderful support. Thank you, everybody who's watched these crazy videos I've been putting up and jokes about grilling. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm about to go check out what Lady Dear Will Christian's got going on. And until then, everybody, grace and peace. Take care.